What's up, guys? My name is Leo, and today we are going to be reacting to mystery riddles. So let's go. Okay, so we are gonna pick this one. So, okay. Steak and broccoli. Actually, no. Rice and beans. Rice and beans. I bet. Yep. Mhm. I knew it. Knew it. Piranhas. Because piranhas can't live in salt water. That's a fun fact. Just so you know that. Mm-hmm. Knew it. Well, those two have. I think the bald guy. Because he's the only one smiling. I guess I was right. Ooh. Ooh. I think the safest is cheese with maggots in it. I do not know why. I'm on fire right now. I don't know if you guys can hear this. Sorry.
Without knowing how you got there. From the speakers, you hear that you must fight one of three hybrid animals. Which one do you pick to stay alive? A polar bear with the head of a rattlesnake, a hippo with a lion head, or a hybrid with the face and body of a great white shark and the limbs of a jaguar?
A great white shark, bro. You can't just live out, literally out of water.
The great white shark hybrid. Since its body has gills, it won't be able to breathe outside water.
Yeah, it's easy, bro.
You're an astronaut, and
I'm
you've
on
made it to
fire
Mars for
right
an
now.
expedition. A team member greets you at the entrance to the base in their workout clothes. When you get in, you close the door and wait for the room to pressurize before taking off your spacesuit. When you walk in, you get a message that someone at the base is an imposter. Who could it be? A fellow astronaut who covers his face because he got a sunburn, an engineer with flaky patches on her skin, or the person who greeted you at the door earlier.
I think the dude with the sunburn because he can't go outside because he can't breathe.
The person you saw earlier. If they were human, they wouldn't survive outside the base in the planet's atmosphere.
That's
While
my
walking in
first
the
mess
forest,
up.
you come across a mysterious local that blocks your way. He tells you if you solve his riddle, you're free to go. But if you don't, you'll have to stay in this forest forever. The riddle goes like this. Your seas without water, coasts without land, towns without people and mountains without land. What are you?
Um, Air?
Well, you're a map.
Oh
You
my
decided to go
gosh.
exploring a local cave. You walk
It's my
inside,
second
and
mess
a
up.
landslide suddenly blocks the way back. Ahead, there are
No.
4 tunnels, each with a sign showing you which dangers lurk inside.
Oh
Which one do you choose to stay safe? The tunnel filled with molten lava,
what
the one
the?
filled with poisonous gas, the one
the?
swarmed by bats, or the tunnel with venomous spiders?
Um, the
You picked
gas?
the last one.
What?
Spiders don't hunt humans for food and usually avoid them altogether. You just moved into a new town with only 2 barbers. You visit both their shops to decide which one you should pick. The first shop is a bit messy, and the barber needs both a haircut and his beard trimmed. The second shop is shiny, tidy, and the barber is well shaved with a perfect haircut. But you decide to go to the first shop. Why?
Wait a minute. Let me go back and see something. I
The
want
first shop is
to try
a bit
and
messy,
see if,
and the
like,
barber needs
what's
both
on
a
his
haircut
body.
and his beard trimmed.
You know what I
The
mean?
second shop is shiny,
I don't really
tidy,
know if that's
and the
the
barber is well
thing.
shaved with a perfect haircut.
Anything on the
But you
floor,
decide
like
to go to
knife?
the first shop.
No?
Why?
Cause
Each barber cuts the other barber's hair, and you pick the one who gave the other a nice haircut.
oh my gosh.
So you're on a desert
That's my
island
third
and you're
method.
starving. You find a bush filled with
Okay, I think my
berries.
fourth.
You eat a few, but start to feel sick.
Oh,
A local, "Hey, I thought this was uninhabited." They tell you that eating watermelons and grapes will get rid of the poison, but apples and carrots will make things worse. In front of you, there are tomatoes, cabbages, oranges. Which one do you eat?
cabbages?
Tomatoes. Like watermelons and grapes, they also grow on vines, unlike the rest.
I'm
You're
I'm
lost in the
dying
desert
right
with just one
I'm
bottle of
doing
water,
track.
but you don't know where the nearest water source is. What do? Cover yourself with your backpack to avoid sweating? Walk as quickly as you can to find water? Find shade and rest?
Find shade and rest, I'm pretty sure. I'm just saying that. I don't know.
The best option is the last one.
Let's go.
When it gets dark, you can walk further and find help. Hello
I didn't know that, but I just guessed.
Scare the rainbow. Taste the
Guess
rainbow.
that
Allergies don't have to be scary.
why is this?
While sightseeing in the town, a volcano erupts nearby. There's no lava coming out, just thick black smoke. You see 3 potential routes to safety. Which one do you take? A tall lighthouse is a few feet away,
Why
a
would you?
basement, a car in front of you.
A basement, of course. Because if there's smoke outside, then you can go inside. But if you go up, then of course it will
Close
go
the
in the
basement and close the door behind you. Lava smoke travels fast, and it can reach the tallest point of the lighthouse.
Yeah.
It's 3 p.m., and while walking in the middle of the desert, you come across a tall tower with a crazy scientist living there. He
Who's
tells you that
crazy?
if you want to make it out alive, you must calculate the height of his tower. What do you use? Fallen tree branches, your shadow, your watch.
Your shadow. Because you can look on the other shadow on the floor or something like that.
Your shadow. Since you know how tall you are, you can calculate how many times your shadow fits into the tower shadow. You're in a water
I
park,
guess I'm
and you've been taken captive by a supervillain. He takes you to the highest point of the park and shows you 3 slides, an orange one, a green one, and a yellow one. One leads to a pool filled with acid, one to a tropical paradise, and the other to a volcano filled with lava. The supervillain tells you, in a parallel world, the purple slide leads to freedom. Which one do you choose?
red one?
The yellow slide. Yellow is the opposite of purple.
What? I didn't know
You're
that.
on a trip into the wild. A huge angry elephant has spotted you and it's running towards you. What do? Run down a steep slope leading to a river. Climb up a tall tree right next to you. Run straight towards some other animals, hoping it'll lose sight of you.
I'm running with other animals? Okay, I don't know this, okay? It's just like, I'm just guessing.
Run down the steep slope. Elephants avoid areas with high elevation to stop themselves being injured. During a camping trip, you realize you have no water, but you're very thirsty. There are 3 ways to get water. Which one is the least dangerous? Harvest some from a cactus. Drink the water from a stagnant lake. Take some water from a flowing river.
Cactus?
Cactus water isn't the safest, and a stagnant lake is filled with bacteria and parasites. The least dangerous option is the flowing river. You've been stuck in the wild for days, and you have
I'm
no idea
trapped.
which way leads to civilization. Which side do you follow? A plane passing overhead, a flowing river, a group of animals.
Flowing river? You can drink while you're walking?
Your best bet is the river. Since the beginning of time, people have built villages along riverbanks.
It doesn't matter.
A mysterious biologist invites you to his home for dinner. He takes you down to the basement and puts 3 plates of weird items on the table. One has wild white mushrooms with white gills. The second is filled with castor beans. The third has some fish brains. Which one is safe to eat?
Casper bean? Or what they're called?
The plate of fish brains is the only dish that isn't poisonous. But the dinner isn't over yet. You're taken into a room with 3 large tanks filled with salt water. You must stay in one of them for 5 minutes. The biologist promises to set you free if you make it out alive. The first contains 6 great white sharks. The second has 70 piranhas. The last one is filled with dangerous box jellyfish. Which could you survive in?
I think it's like the one where the 3 doors, because I think it's salt water again, so piranhas.
In the second tank, piranhas are freshwater fish. They can't survive in salt water. You're leading an expedition to the North Pole. As you're sailing there, a huge chunk of ice falls into the water, causing a large wave to come your way. What do you tell your crew to do? Stop the ship and stay until the wave passes? Start moving in the opposite direction. Keep going and lean into the wave as it hits.
Lean into the wave?
Leaning into the wave is the only way to get some balance. Anything else will cause your ship to capsize. A basketball mystery. I'll try not to dribble. Detective Taylor came to investigate a tricky case. Someone had pushed a famous basketball player down the stairs, and he ended up in a hospital right before an important game. The detective had 3 suspects. All of them were the player's teammates. Connor said he had been cleaning and checking the balls. Nathan explained he had had his lunch, several cheeseburgers and french fries. After that, he ran to the court to train. And Julian told the detective he had been getting a massage. His back hurt. Detective Taylor didn't need much time to figure out who the culprit was. Will you manage to do the same in 8 seconds?
The dude that had a massage?
It was Nathan who pushed his teammate. Who eats such a big lunch before training? A mysterious car. Evan and Elias owned a small store in a quiet district. One day, they decided to stay late and discuss some business issues. At midnight, Evan called the police. When officers arrived, he was desperate. I left Elias in the room and went to check which products we had to order. But when I came back 10 minutes later, He was lying on the floor. Someone had hit him on the head. Then the police officers asked Evan if he had seen anyone near the store. I didn't, but I heard a car driving away. When I ran out of the store, it was already disappearing around the corner. It was foggy outside, and the car didn't have its lights on. That's why I couldn't see the plate numbers, but I noticed that the car was dark blue. After this explanation, Evan
It's
was arrested
foggy
for hitting
outside,
his partner.
and you just
Why?
said it's also dark outside. So how could you see if it's dark blue? Oh my gosh, bro.
When it's foggy and dark, it's impossible to recognize the dark blue color.
And that's it for the video. And I hope you enjoyed, and bye.